This is actually compare Gachagua and Karua on the question of corruption. Who's less corrupt?
You know,
it's a straight question.
You know, there is what we call point of information in Parliament, and he's a senior parliamentarian. Now, I have informed him that he's now aware.
I have to accept the information.
But yes.
But I just wanted to answer that because these are things on the public domain.
Okay.
And in fact, check the press conference. I think Daily Nation, you can even get online.
The
did report that the people who issued press conference were Rafael Tuju and Martha Karua when she was the justice. So before I answer your question, so that he does not mislead Kenyans. You know, he has been off air for some time. Things are changing very fast. So when they issued that press conference, when John Kidongo, and welcome back,
yes.
When John Kidongo issued that it's our turn to it, very explosive. She's among that they were sell out. And you know, also Martha Karua was even at one point banned from entering to US because of integrity issues. And we know US don't lie. So what I wanted to answer about the issue of corruption, and I think with this thing we should not weaponize corruption. You know, I will only argue on the basis that, and it is always to be fair, that if anybody has been convicted, now that is when you can ask such question. Because I will be part of village Rumamongas if I say James Smart and Badi, I can vote who is corrupt or who is less corrupt. Which basis are we using? Because that's my only concern.
Isn't that not part of what public discourse is?
It is part of the public discourse, but also as leadership, we must be honest, we must protect the rule of law. Because if today I walk out of the studio and just decide to accuse Mbadi of being a minority leader and committed something within National Assembly and say maybe was, for example, allegedly on the issue when 10,000 shillings were being given in public toilet, and I go to public and I say Mbadi is corrupt, I don't have a proof in a process of law.
Make it clear that I was not given the 10.
I'm just using that example. No, I respect him. Like, he has been done very well as a minority leader, and he has done very well as a minority, and I expect him to be the governor, by the way, but that is a story for another day. I wish him well if he becomes governor in future. And I know we might meet at governors, at Council of Governors in future. What I'm just saying is that he was not part of. But if I was to say, when MPs, every MPs were accused that they received 10,000. See, if I go today and tell Kenyans, you know you are MP, all MPs have received 10,000. And we allow Kenyans to judge on that. So I want to request Mbadi, because Mbadi and his group of Azimio are telling the country that they want to protect the rule of law, constitutionalism. Let us also show the aspect of rule of law. We cannot wake up today and accuse somebody who the rigorous process of the law has been completed. The moment rigorous of the law has been completed, then I can now comment on such matter.
The difficulty with this conversation always ends up to the question of the bar on integrity. We have an entire chapter in this constitution.
Of course, yes.
Talk about integrity.
Yeah.
So, and that is one question that we should need to answer. What is the actual bar of integrity?
Actually, if you ask me, that is where I differ with my brother here. You know, when there is the legality, the legal aspect, going through the court process and being found guilty or not guilty. And there is also the moral authority. When you are getting into an office, it is an office of honor. And Chapter 6 is very clear on what is expected of a public officer or a state officer for that matter. You are supposed to behave in a manner that gives respect and honor to the office, bestows honor to that office. So the moment you are accused and the matter is in court, you have been charged in court on matters bordering on money laundering, theft of public funds, it beats logic to again offer yourself to ascend to the highest office in the land. One, you are going to, if you succeed in getting into that office, chances are that you are going to interfere with the judicial process. That is why when you have been charged in court, you are supposed to be barred from accessing your office. So as a country, I think we need to move. The one thing that I find interesting with the Kenyans is we vote corrupt leaders. We are told these people are corrupt, this person has been charged in court, this person is being suspected to have embezzled funds, and immediately we vote them, then we get shocked. That, you mean this person is that corrupt? Yet, James, when we were voting for you the other day, we had all the evidence out there. We even say, give him to us or give her to us, that is our thief. So then after voting for your thief, then you get shocked and surprised.
And this, a follow-up question on that.
Yes.
Whose failure is that? We have institutions. Why does EACC, DPP, IEBC clear these politicians?
Correct. You see, one, we lowered the bar in 2013 when we allowed the current president and the deputy president to run for office even when they were facing charges at the ICC. That is where we lowered the bar. In fact, the vigor with which, the passion with which Kenyans embraced the 2010 constitution, where we even forced people. Remember, James, the Deputy Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya, Madam Baraza, was forced to step down and leave that lucrative office, the second in command in the judiciary, just because she pinched someone's nose. That was the bar that Kenyans had put at that time. But how did we lower it? We lowered it ourselves.
Sorry, again, why did we lower this bar? Is 2013 is where this integrity bar was lowered?
I think we have to agree largely that this constitution was prescriptive in a way.
You're not answering my question.
I'm answering. I'm coming to your point. The point I'm trying to make is that this chapter on leadership and integrity is very critical chapter, because it is a way of assisting Kenyans to know and to elect their leaders. But at the same time, the same constitution works on the principle of presumption of innocence. So in as much as you go and tell Wananchi Cherargei is corrupt, the question they will ask you the way you have asked about institutions like EACC, like DPP, like judiciary, what are they doing about these cases to ensure they are fast-tracked and conviction? Because it will be hard to tell somebody in my village to tell, you know, so-and-so is corrupt. The question they will ask, Mbona hajafungwa? So the point we are trying to make is, in as much as we need to comply with leadership and integrity chapter, we must also ensure there is a way of fast-tracking. I think what we should be asking ourselves here as legislators is, how do we ensure that we fast-track some of these cases that of our public interest, especially the issues of graft, the issues of corruption, so that we don't take, you know, also justice delayed is justice denied. So the fact that somebody has been in court for 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, yet they are not convicted, it will be hard for Wananchi to make that decision.